Good evening, class. We are going to be learning about adding negative numbers tonight. It's a brief overview of some rules that I felt were very helpful and some things that teachers have taught me in the past that really helped me understand negative numbers truly. I'm going to be sharing those with you, and tomorrow we'll go over a bit more about it so we can get a full grasp on negatives and how they act in real life and how you can adapt to them better. So I have two rules, Mr. B's two rules for adding negatives. Rule number one, if the signs are the same, add the numbers together and keep the sign. Well, how do we distinguish what a sign is exactly? What are we talking about by signs? First of all, you're going to ask yourself, do these numbers have the same sign? If you're asking this question, you don't know what the sign is, I'm going to tell you right now. 9 plus 5. See these right here? 9 plus 5. These do not have any signs associated with them. If it had a sign next to it, it would more than likely be this sign right here, which is a negative sign. It looks like a minus sign. So if anything is attached to it, it will be more than likely negative, or there will be no sign making it positive. Notice that both signs are positive. We know they are positive because there is no negative sign before any of the numbers. Since both signs are positive, we'll add both of the numbers together and keep the positive sign. If both numbers are negative, like minus 9 plus minus 5, or negative 9 plus negative 5, there's a minus sign in front of it, which is attached to the number, showing us that both numbers are negative and they both have the exact same sign, our rule will not change. We'll still add the numbers together. Negative 9 plus negative 5 equals negative 14. Both of the signs are negative, therefore our answer will be negative as well. Rule number 2. If the numbers have a different sign, find the difference. Difference in this scenario means subtract. In most scenarios, it also means subtract. So for this one in particular, every time you see difference, we will subtract the numbers. Always remember to subtract the smaller number, 6, from the bigger number, 9. In this example, negative 9 plus 6. Notice the signs are different. We're going to drop the sign. The negative sign is attached to the 9, and we are going to subtract. So 9 minus 6, or 6 is a smaller number. We're taking it from 9. 9 minus 6 equals 3. 3 is our difference. And the second part to rule number 2 is keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number in this case is 9. 9 is bigger than 6. We're not looking at the sign right now. It's just overall bigger. Then we see that the negative sign is attached to 9. So if our rule is correct, we will keep the sign of the bigger number. Negative 9 is the bigger number, and it has a negative, so our answer will be negative. Our original example was negative 9 plus 6. 9 is a bigger number in our example, and it's negative, therefore our answer will be negative as well. So negative 9 plus 6 equals negative 3. A brief review. If the signs are the same, I should say add the numbers together and keep the sign. Remember, these are negative signs. Negative 6 plus negative 7 equals negative 13. We are adding them together, keeping the signs because they're both the same sign, and we have negative 13. Pretty easy. Rule number 2, if the numbers have a different sign, find the difference and keep the sign of the bigger number. Finding the difference, again, we're going to subtract. We're going to take 6 from 7. So 7 minus 6 equals 1. We notice that 7 is the bigger number in this scenario. It has a negative sign attached to it. So our answer is going to be negative. So negative 7 plus 6 equals negative 1. Here's a brief practice for you guys. I'm going to set the timer on my phone. You should be able to hear it. And you have 1 minute to do the best that you can with these problems. And your time starts now. 30 seconds left. Five. All right, time's up, guys. Here are our answers. So number 1, 6 plus -3. Again, they have different signs, so we can go 6 minus 3 is 3. We have negative, sorry, the first one, I think I did it wrong. So 6 plus -3 would be 3. Ignore that negative sign. -4 plus -4, the signs are the same. We're going to add and keep the sign, so we have -8. -7 plus 3, we're going to subtract 3 from 7. We have 4. The bigger number is 7. We're going to keep the negative sign, -4. -13 plus -20. We have the same exact sign. We're just going to add them together. 13 plus 20 is 33. Keep the sign. It's a negative, so we have -33. Again, my apologies for number 1. I was up late doing this for you guys. Here's a little video that might come in handy for you. I will post this page up, and you guys will be able to see this. I'm not going to play it for you tonight, but I really suggest that you take a look at this video. It'll help you remember your signs and your rules for adding negative numbers. So we're going to go over one more thing. It's the number line. I'm only going to touch this quickly, and then we'll do more of it in class tomorrow. So here's our number line. Notice it goes 0 to 10 to the right, which is positive, 0 to 10 to -10 to the left, which is negative. This number line gives us the answer just by counting. This is a lot easier for those of you that don't understand the rules fully. So anything from 0 to the left is negative. So remember, if we're subtracting, we're going left. Anything from 0 to the right is positive. It's a plus. A plus is to the right. So here again is our number line. If we are adding a positive, we'll go to the right. If we're adding a negative, we'll go to the left. So -8 plus 3. We're going to start at -8. We're going to go 3 spots. 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to stop right there at -5. If you notice, the plus sign automatically tells us that we're going to go right. We're starting off at -8 on our number line. The positive sign tells us to go right. We're going right. How many spaces? 3. We go 1, 2, 3. So -5 should be our answer if our number line is correct and our rules are right. We start at -8 on the number line. We are adding a positive, so we know to go right. We count 3 spaces and land on -5. Our answer must be -5, and it is. So guys, that's all I have for you tonight. I hope this was helpful. Tomorrow we'll touch base a little bit more on adding negatives, and then we'll get started on a little bit of a project. Hope you guys have a good night. Feel free to practice using number lines or the rules, and good luck with your answers and your workbooks. Have a good night, guys.